You have to understand that this is a lifetime decision. So don't take it lightly, because once you do this, there's just no turning back. You can't come back next week and it's like Target where you want to return it. There's no buyer's remorse here. Yeah. Okay. If you were 18, it'd be something else, but you're older than 18, so you understand that actions have consequences, right? All right, you're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers, the right to be arraigned, charged in open court. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, it's done, it's over forever. You can never appeal this. Do you understand? How do you plead to the elements of driving while intoxicated? Guilty. I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to sentence you to 6 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you've done. You also need to understand one more thing. What we're doing today, from now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. The other thing that you need to understand, if you ever get pulled over again, an officer is going to look up your record. If they come to your car and they smell alcohol or dope, they'll see a prior DWI. What do you think is going to happen? Right. So if I were you, even if you have a sip of alcohol, I wouldn't get into a car, because it's huge risk. The other thing is that there's a surcharge of around $3,000 that they put on you. On a second, it's $6,000. Everyone makes mistakes, but if you continue to make mistakes that you endanger other people's lives, I'm really going to stick it to you, and it's going to be monetarily and with custody. You get it? I'm going to waive your fees now, but you come back here with the DWI. Get ready. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, guys. Good luck.
All right.
Mr. Herrera?
Oh, I have to suspend your license. I have to suspend it. I'm going to do it for the minimum, which is 90 days. Don't drive until you get a license, okay?
Even though it's already been suspended for 90 days?
I have to, yeah.
On top of that?
Does he have an ALR suspension?
There was an issue with the ALR hearing, and he never had a letter come through. Long story short,
Did it get suspended through the ALR?
suspended through the ALR.
Okay, I can credit you for that, for the suspension, but you're going to have to get them the dates so that they can, yeah, okay? Morning, sir. Sir, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Shh. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On February 5th, 2025, the officer responded to a suspicious person with a weapon on 5900 Gulf Freeway. The officer made contact with the defendant, who was 17 years old. The defendant advised he was inside Jack in the Box while brothers were selling waters outside. The defendant saw a male rushing at his brothers with a knife, pulled out his gun, and pointed it at the male while telling his brothers to run. The officer performed a search on the defendant, locating a 9mm Glock 19, and the defendant advised he bought the gun from a friend for $150.
I mean,
Yes, Judge. In this case, the officer was going off the fact that he performed the search because he indicated there was a firearm. So
he's going to the defense of others.
Yes, Judge.
It's another person.
And it's just the way that this is pled is because he's underage. He's below the age of 21. That's the way it's pled, Your Honor.
You hear this?
Hold on, I'm gonna go yell at somebody. Hold on.
All right, listen up. This isn't a store. You don't get do-overs. When the judge says, this is permanent, believe it. One mistake, one moment of carelessness, and you're behind bars. Heavy fines. A record that follows you everywhere. This isn't a scare tactic. It's the roadmap to wrecking your own life. Drive under the influence again. That's it. Game over.
21?
Correct.
Hold on, I've got a kit. Here's the GPS
But I'm
memo.
more concerned about the defense of others. Did you hear it? I mean,
No, hold on.
hold on a second.
Here's GPS.
Let me give you a lawyer, Mr.
Yeah. Oh, I volunteer. I volunteer representation. Yeah.
Give me a record, can you fill that out, please?
I will do that. But here's a GPS memo saying that it's
Hold on a second.
unconstitutional.
You know, Representative Gentleman?
Oh, hell yes. Here's the Fifth Circuit saying that it's unconstitutional. Here is the United States District Court, Northern District, saying it's unconstitutional. Here's a motion to quash information. I'll just cross out the name.
Great job.
Yeah, I had to get in this fight yesterday, and I'm teed up.
Here you go, Mr. Tito.
Thank you.
Judge.
I was gonna,
Judge,
yeah, look, you gotta be very careful, you know, God forbid something happens where you really dig yourself a hole. I'm gonna find no probable cause, but really, you have to be very careful. You know, sometimes you make a decision in life and it can really have consequences, all right? You know what that means, right? Are you in school? It all starts with school, man. You gotta get back into school. This is not a good way to go through life at 7. The more schooling you have, the more money you're gonna make. And knowledge is power, my friend. Do it. Make something. Make me proud. Please. It's gonna get dismissed. Be careful, friend.
Yeah. Literally have all that on because I have a case in another court.
I was gonna find no PC anyways, so.
Good morning, Judge. We are here on, Black from yesterday and Hernandez. Hernandez, you had given a bond to him for $25,000. The family has not been able to post it for whatever reasons, but he needs to sign the waiver.
Okay.
And then Mr. Black, you rolled from yesterday to see what he was actually wanted for.
Something Black.
So we're talking about Black now?
Yes, Charles Black. So it was a Kansas failure to appear. It was for driving while suspended and speeding maximum speed. They're not going to do a detainer, but it's Kansas only.
I know that, I mean, I get it. What do you think?
But he has indicated to me that he is in cancer treatments at the not MD Anderson, Memorial Hermann, and that he has a family. I asked him, because there was an issue about his license, but his mother is willing to drive him back to the state of Georgia to handle these. If you could just admonish him, if the court is inclined to set him a bond, that
I am
in 14 days.
I'm okay to send him a bond. I'm not, I mean, it's not egregious and they're theft cases, so.
Your Honor, I do want to say Dave is still opposed to a bond, and if you granted
I
a bond,
understand,
anything.
but they're not gonna,
He'd be opposed to anything less than 5 figures. He did want to make a point that he was still charged with intent to deliver twice less than 10 years ago, which was a first degree 5 to life charge, one of which was a deferred that was revoked for a new
that's 10 years ago.
PCS charge. Let me check the date.
Oh, well, it looks like in 21 he had a PCS with intent. Guys, Deputy Miranda, do you mind bringing out Mr. Charles Black, please?
Now we're talking choices, youth, and survival instincts. A teenager steps up to shield his brothers, not with violence, but with bravery. No harm done, just a moment of raw courage. But he's a minor, and the system isn't built for nuance. Whether it's self-defense or not, the law doesn't flinch. One risky decision, and your microscope.
Did they say that in the file that this is?
Yeah.
Good job.
I would think the same as what I do. I think the judge wouldn't do.
I think that 5 figures is a little excessive, for sure. You know, consider that they're theft cases, the other one's a suspended license case, and they're not going to extradite him on that suspended license, right? Because, I mean, you know, that costs, like, every time they extradite someone, it's like $3,500 to $5,000.
I didn't know it was that much.
You know that some jurisdictions also make them pay for the extradition cost. Yeah. So,
$3,000 they get on the bus.
no.
And they-
It's thousands of dollars to extradite someone, and they tack them. They make them pay. Good morning, Mr. Black. How's jail? The thing is that this is going to continue to happen until you resolve those cases out of state. You have an open case in Tennessee, right?
Georgia.
I know Georgia, but you also got one in Tennessee, in that
Kansas.
Kansas. Both of those cases will haunt you until the day you die unless you go back and handle those cases. However, it may be all of just hiring a lawyer and reaching out to the courts in Kansas because it's a suspended license case. But it's always going to trail you until you go take care of it. Your lawyer's asking me to set you a bond, and I'm going to, but I have to make it sufficiently high that you realize that we mean business that you have to go back to Georgia to take care of that case. Do you understand? You also need to understand that I don't play games. If I set you a bond, I'm only going to give you one. I'm not going to do this again. So if you bond out and you fail to go back to Georgia, I will issue a nationwide warrant for your arrest. I'm going to set the bond at 0. And if you don't go back, I set it at 0. I'm going to get you back. And this time I will hold you until Georgia comes and gets you. Do you understand? You have one chance to make this right. So what's the bond amount?
I would ask for $500.
Judge Fleischer, we're asking for a high bond or no bond, 5 figures. That's what Day is requesting.
What kind of bond can you make?
Actually going through cancer treatment right now, so that's the reason I really need to get out, so I can do my treatment.
I don't know that. How do I know that? How do I know you're not just saying that? Regardless, you have to go back to Georgia. So,
I didn't know I had this over my head.
what kind of bond can you make?
I'll be ready. I'm doing the other things.
I'm good at 1,000. If you want 1,000, I'll give it to you. But I'm not gonna play this game, Mr. Blacker. So this is an extremely low bond. If you don't go back, it's really not gonna end up well for you, especially if you're undergoing treatment for cancer, because understand that if you don't go back and take care of that business and I have to issue a warrant for your arrest and we get you back, you're probably gonna be sitting months in there waiting for Georgia to come get you.
Black, fighting cancer, but still chased by the weight of his past. Warrants stretch from coast to coast, and the courts have heard enough. Don't make me send for you, the judge says sharply. You skipped Georgia again, I will. This isn't just about legal orders anymore. It's personal. This bond is your last shot. Break it, and it's not just consequences. It's permanent. No resets. No next time.
About $1,000.
Thank you, Judge. Did you tell?
Yeah, you have 2 weeks from the date of your release to go turn yourself into Georgia. Don't go on a plane because they're going to arrest you. You got to find another way to get up to Georgia, and you have to go turn yourself in. Do you understand? If you don't do that within the 2 weeks, I will issue a warrant for your arrest.
Council for reset.
Okay, Mr. Black, good luck. All right, so 1,000. Okay.
Mr. John, you just want him to sign it, Mr. Hernandez? And then that's it for me, Judge.
Thank you, Judge Fleischer.
Good morning, Mr. Eli. How are you? You look great. You know, when you're clean, you know, you look great. You coherent. The unfortunate thing is that we got to keep you here for that to happen. So you said right now in the felony court that there's nothing, right?
No, I mean, I checked last night, looking for ribs, meds, warrant, blood.
It looks like they just got a lab report yesterday, so they're still getting evidence as of now.
What was... Let me see.
I give it to you.
Yeah, I don't have that. But... And I think that it's gonna take a while to play out, Shreya. And I'm willing to hold as well, because I'd like to see what's gonna happen, because I'm not giving up on you. You know, I'm gonna see where this plays out, and I'd like you to go into treatment as well. I think that's the appropriate thing that is needed in us, and I don't know what it's gonna take to get your attention, but hopefully we can somehow before something catastrophic happens, where you end up with a very lengthy prison sentence. So, Shreya, let's just track it. So you're set for the 10th of March. We'll set you for the day after, and we'll see what happens.
Judgment after.
Of course. Absolutely. All right, Ms. Eli, we'll see you soon.
Yes, Judge.
Thanks, Raya.
You look better, the judge says. But remember, this isn't recovery, it's court. They haven't given up on you, not yet. But every move you make is being watched. One more slip, and the second chances disappear. This is the crossroads. Get help or face the consequences. It's not about punishment anymore. It's your last opportunity to turn things around.
Do you know what's happening? Oh, you're doing a plea? Oh, okay, great. Got it. Okay. I'm glad that so we don't have to. Wonderful. Okay, so just let me know when you're ready and... Oh, you ready now? Okay. Marlon King. Good job. I don't know if I like the result, but how old are you? Are you sure you want to do this? Because the problem is that, you know, when you plead guilty, you know, life is hard enough as it is. And when you continue to rack up convictions, all you're doing is you're hosing yourself. It's really hard to get a job. When you start getting all these convictions, you're just making it so much more difficult, man. You know? I don't remember what he had in Louisiana, but I hope that's resolved. Okay. Just straighten up, fly right. If you're hanging out with bad people, don't. Because they're just going to bring you down. What you're doing now is you're pleading guilty to this offense. It's going to go on your record. It'll be there for the rest of your life. This is an enhanceable offense, meaning that if you ever run from the cops again, you will be charged with a felony offense. You're looking at years instead of days. Do you understand? So no deferred, anything like that?
Yes, Judge, the only offer is the jail offer.
Okay, so Mr. King, you're charged with evading arrest or detention. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 22 days in jail with credit for the 22 days that you've done. By pleading guilty to this offense, it's going on your record. It'll be there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. So you give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So it's final today and forever. You want to do this? How do you plead to the offense, sir? I'm going to find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. I'm going to sentence you to it. Good luck to you, sir. And I'll roll the court costs. Okay. Hi.
Right now,
There's nothing for you out there. Let me express my extreme disappointment that you've now picked up a fourth case. Cannot tell you how disappointed I am. With us, in October, a terroristic threat. 2 weeks later, another terroristic threat. 2 months later, a reckless driving. And now you've picked up a felony evading in a motor vehicle. Can you tell me what happened in the latest case, please?
In the evading, Your Honor?
Please.
Yes, Judge. So, in the evading, it was on February 7th, 2025, and the officers observed a vehicle driving recklessly on Mason Road and initiated a traffic stop. The vehicle proceeded to drive at a faster rate of speed and changed lanes when unsafe through moderate traffic and
Guilty again, stacking charges like it's nothing. But here's the truth. Every conviction leaves a mark that never fades. Each one shadows you into the future, closing doors before you even reach them. Run from the law, and it's not just a short sentence, it's years lost. This isn't a warning. This is reality.
on Mason Road, and at that point, the black male wearing a bright orange shirt exited the vehicle to the driver's door and ran through a large tree bush and evaded on foot. And it looks like he continued to evade, and he was approached as he ran on foot, moving across all lanes of traffic, ultimately coming to a stop due to him slipping and falling. So after evading for half a mile he just ran on foot, Your Honor.
Judge, I know that that's not our case down here. My assumption, this is a broad assumption, is that perhaps given Mr. Jenkins's recent run-ins with the law, maybe he was familiar with him in that area. I don't know, it didn't articulate how he drove recklessly for the initial stop, but I think Mr. Jenkins maybe has some, I think he expressed to me that he thinks he's being treated unfairly.
Yeah.
So I don't think he was doing this out of his own safety.
You now have a fourth open case. You know, sometimes we have to protect people from themselves because they are their own worst enemy. I think that you're a danger to the public. You refuse to comply with bond conditions. You have a reckless driving with us. You were ordered not to drive recklessly, and now you've picked up an evading in a motor vehicle. I don't know what to tell you, but Mr. Jenkins, I'm now going to revoke the bond on all the cases, and I'm going to set them high because you are a danger to my public. And I've told you over and over and over and over, if you endanger my public, there's only one thing I'm going to do. So now I'm going to set each of your bonds at $10,004. I am now taking away your privilege to drive. You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive, Mr. Jenkins. And I'm going to tell you that if I find, because I don't know if you're going to bond out, you know, your now bonds are going to set about $40,000. So if you do bond out, you're going to be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. If I find that you drive, and I'm also going to put a weapon on here, if I find that you're in possession of a weapon, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm also going to order you to have a curfew of 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
I'm still living in my home.
We have resources here. We have all kinds of things to give to people. Cell phones, tablets, places to live, food to eat. All you have to do is ask, and we can give you things. But now, you've repeatedly shown me that you're going to do whatever you want to do. To hell with any conditions that a judge puts on you. That's what you have effectively told me by picking up a fourth case and a felony case at that. So what you tell me now goes in one ear, goes out the other ear. I just...
Jenkins, the judge isn't mincing words anymore. After charges of reckless driving and fleeing law enforcement, your bond's been slammed to $440,000. You're a threat to the public, the judge states firmly. You want another shot at freedom? Then prove you can handle it. But don't get comfortable. One wrong move, and the full weight of the system will hit you fast and hard.
No, I'm a road for the moment.
The unfortunate part is that these felony cases take a very long time to resolve. And I guess we'll track it. It looks like the felony is set for March 20th. If you want the next day, I'm happy to do it.
Well,
Whatever you would like to do.
See what's the chance of going, I don't want to put him in custody. there's some resolutions we can work on. I think one of them relates to the brother, the other one we're waiting on some surveillance that may have come in already.
Okay, well, take your time, whatever you want, but as it stands now, you're too dangerous for me, Mr. Jenkins. You scare me. So